Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're tackling a genuinely fascinating bureaucratic puzzle. Think about it. How do you prove exactly who you are, down to your unique biological markers, to a government office that's literally thousands of miles away? When you cross borders, you have to meticulously package your visual identity into a secure format. So today, we're exploring exactly how to do that to get a police clearance certificate from the UAE, especially when you no longer live there.
Which brings us right to our core question. Left the UAE? Need clearance? Look, if you've previously lived or worked in the UAE, you know it's this incredible, dynamic hub of global talent. But, eventually people move on. And here is the common pain point so many former residents hit. You apply for a fantastic new job in another country, or maybe you decide to emigrate and seek residency elsewhere, and suddenly, bam, the authorities hit the brakes. They absolutely need an official clearance from the UAE. Navigating this requirement from a completely different time zone, yeah, it can feel incredibly stressful. But as you'll see, it's actually a highly logical, step-by-step system.
Okay, let's dive into this. Here is our roadmap. 1. The overseas dilemma. 2. Defining good conduct. 3. Packaging your visual identity. 4. The step-by-step process. 5. Timelines and expected costs. And 6. Expert processing and assistance. We are going to make this complex bureaucratic maze entirely manageable for you.
Section 1. The Overseas Dilemma. Navigating bureaucracy from afar. Section 2. Defining good conduct. What exactly is a UAE PCC?
So, what are we actually talking about here? A UAE Police Clearance Certificate, or PCC, is also commonly known as a Good Conduct Certificate. Now, this isn't just a casual character reference. No way. It is a definitive legal confirmation. It legally confirms you have no criminal record in the UAE and that your background is totally cleared by authorities. Essentially, it's the ultimate proof required for overseas employment, immigration, or residency.
Section 3. Packaging your visual identity. Proving you are you.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core challenge. There is a massive difference between standard documents and visual human representation. Standard paperwork like a previous UAE visa copy or an Emirates ID are, well, just administrative numbers. They are absolutely necessary, for sure. But to actually issue a clearance on your background, authorities require highly personal, visual, and biological markers of your human identity. They have to connect the paperwork to the actual flesh and blood human being making the request. So what exactly goes into your identity package? Well, here's the list. It starts with a passport-size photo, literally your visual face. Then, absolutely crucially, a physical fingerprint card. This is your biology, inked and recorded. You pair these visual human representations with your standard documents. A passport copy, an Emirates ID copy if it's available, a previous UAE visa copy, and the specific reason for your PCC request. The photo and the physical fingerprint are what visually package your identity for verification by distant processing teams. It proves the data matches you.
Section 4. The step-by-step process. From you to the UAE.
Okay, let's speed up a bit here because getting your visual identity into the system is a highly structured logical flow. Here are your 4 steps. Step 1, prepare documents. Just assemble that identity package we just talked about. Step 2, fingerprint attestation. Step 3, apply online. You don't have to mail everything into a void. You just apply through the official Dubai Police website or UAE ministry portals. And finally, Step 4, receive your digital PCC. The authorities process your packaged identity and send a digital certificate directly to your email. Actually, let's slow down slightly to emphasize this crucial detail in Step 2. If you're applying from outside the UAE, biological fingerprint verification is strictly required. You must visit a local police station to have your fingerprints physically taken on a card. But, and this is a big but, you can't just scan that and send it. It must be attested. This means getting it stamped by your local authorities, then the UAE embassy, and finally the UAE MOFA. That chain of official stamps is what turns a piece of paper with ink into verified visual human representation. Section 5, timelines and expected costs. When and how much? Let's move to the practical logistics and see how this builds into time and money. This table breaks down what you can expect. For an online application without new fingerprints, say your biometrics are already actively on file, processing time is a rapid 1 to 3 working days. However, for an application with fingerprint attestation, which is most people applying from overseas, you're looking at 5 to 15 working days. Physical documents just take longer to clear.
Now, as for the money, costs vary depending on the specific emirate you lived in. Plus, there are additional charges applied for the fingerprint attestation stamps and the courier shipping fees to move your physical identity documents securely across borders.
So the absolutely crucial point here is the number 3. Once you go through all this effort to package your identity, a UAE PCC is generally only valid for 3 months. Now, occasionally it can stretch to 6, but 3 months is the standard. This means timing your application is everything. You definitely don't want to go through the whole shebang too early and have it expire before anyone even reviews your file. Section 6, Expert Processing and Assistance. Navigating the hurdles for you.
If all of this sounds a bit overwhelming, well, private assistance providers like Amazon Attestation services exist for this exact reason. They provide private assistance for over 150 countries. They can handle your UAE PCC application from overseas, manage the fingerprint attestation handling, take care of the embassy and MOFA attestation, and do all the document preparation and submission. It's basically a way to have professional office staff expertly package and clear your visual documents on your behalf. Which leaves us with this final question. Are your visual documents ready to cross borders? We've seen exactly what it takes to translate your physical identity into a verified package that authorities can trust from thousands of miles away. So whether you tackle the embassy runs yourself or use an expert proxy, you've got the roadmap. Gather those photos, get those fingerprints recorded, and confidently take that next exciting step in your international journey. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.